You know what I'm saying? And you being there, and that to me that symbolizes a lot because it's like very few folks always like to say, "Oh man, I love doing this and I love doing that. And this is what I'm about." But when you look at their track record, they kind of love it. You know what I'm saying? They sometimes love it. You know what I mean? And that's
when it's good to them.
When it's good to them, and that was the difference for me for anybody who's looking to pursue these particular careers. And you know, you say you're aspiring. It's like, you know, I'm gonna look at all that. You know, as a dude to put somebody through, I'm gonna question, you know, their hunger and their appetite to really do this. You know what I'm saying? And you've been on the go, you've been on the grind, man. And you know, I hope at some point after the show you can celebrate and send us some footage of you actually celebrating.
Love it.
Maybe not after this show because I got to go over somebody else's house, producer's house, and edit. But disclosure, can't say. But yeah. NDA. Yeah, I signed that NDA, and I was like, oh, I can't brag about it.
Right.
So, but,
and you know, another thing too. So you know, I think from all the way to the beginning of what Show One was, right? That was kind of like the introduction of Connected. And at that time, Chloe, we were at 5 jobs.
Wait, and today we are at 400. Check your social media. If you can't count, look at the graphic.
Yeah, and speaking of social media, since we're talking the lineage of the show, now I've been told we have a lot of viewers every Monday.
Which is great. Thank you for tuning in.
What I want to do, since we're at the top of the show, I want to challenge you all who are viewing us right now. I want to challenge you guys to get on your social media and follow us at Is Connected. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Whatever your preferred method.
Because at the end of the show, when Chloe goes to give you these details again, I'm going to look and I'm going to be like, okay, we went from 200
you know what? What are we at right this moment?
Yeah, so log that in, Chloe.
Challenge.
See where we're at right now. But, you know, because I've been told we got a lot of viewers with us every Monday. And if you're out there on your computer, you're tuning in on the podcast or the Google Play, man, be proactive.
Gauntlet has been thrown.
It has. Look, I think we should give him a courtesy 10 seconds right now.
We can do that, because I'm going to tell you, my man Cats,
That's fine.
he been following us since day one.
Yeah.
Hands down.
One.
Following us since day one.
Yeah, because honestly, 400 jobs, that's awesome. I love things that that ends in zero.
Start at 0, bro.
Yeah, and I love everything that ends in zeros. It's so great.
Look at that amazing graphic. Look at that amazing 400 jobs, man. Who's doing that?
400.
Who's doing that?
10 seconds. Ready, set, and go.
Go. Chloe, what was our number on social?
I don't do math, but
I'm just saying.
On Instagram, I got it. 270 on Instagram.
270 on Instagram. So by the time we get to the end of the show, folks, don't play us. Don't play us. Come on, man. We're handing out opportunities.
Yeah, and this was so great about connecting. This is the reason why I started watching you guys from the beginning, only because this is silver platter. Like, I come from a world where if I'm looking for a job, I got to go on Craigslist or something like that.
Man,
there's a lot
of
sketchiness.
You take over, man. You tell them, man.
No, there's a lot of sketchiness that's going on out there, and and pro bonos, and we'll pay you once it sells. Yeah, once we get picked up, then we'll pay you.
Distribution,
and it doesn't happen like that. Like this show right here, it's basically silver platter. This is stuff that you guys cannot get like on a Craigslist, and that's why I was on it from day one.
You were, man.
You weren't even on Mandy. You can't get it on Mandy. You can't get it
on. And it's like, this is something that I always remind folks. Cats, like, this is something we do in real time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got a real team here. We got Howie, Leah, Mike, Brian, Jimmy. Like, this is a real team behind what we do, man. This ain't like vaporware, man. This ain't like we rolled out of bed and said, all right, let's come together and do a show
right
like
now.
this.
Yeah.
Over me.
This is well calculated, guys. This is well calculated. So if you're on your Google Play or your podcast or you're on a computer and you're logged in
or watching the live stream, check that you can because Q&A is coming up soon, so make sure that you are the chat button's in the upper right hand corner.
Yeah, and get your questions ready for Cats, because some of you guys want to have a better understanding or idea of what he actually did, what was his game plan, what was in his mind as far as the creativity, how did he want to pitch his hunger. And those are key things you can extract from a man. And you know what? I'm gonna let you do this first grind, dog.
I love it.
So we have this thing.
I feel honored.
Right. So we have this thing before we get into the grind up.
Okay.
Chloe, tell them.
Guys, Great. Awesome. You're going to get your pencils. You're going to get your pens. You're going to get your Like a Boss cup.
Some of them ain't bosses yet, so gotta keep them humble.
Then I'm
Go
going to
ahead.
turn the logo around. You're just going to get your regular cup.
Make it till you make it.
And you're going to take notes. Bring a great attitude. We're here for Monday Movement, some love, and some jobs. Let's make a move. First grind up, please.
First grind up, we're looking for a social video editor. Top studio looking for an experienced assistant. This is experienced assistant engineer for North Hollywood area studios. Must have knowledge of professional sports, experience with Adobe Premiere and Final Cut, and will be blasting content to Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and other social media platforms.
There you go. And again, that's in Nashville, Tennessee.
It sure is.
See how my man just got in there and knocked it out?
Yeah, with a little bias toward it too.
Oh man, I hear you, man. So let me ask you this. So, you know, I know Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere is something you use all the time.
I use all the time on the regular. So I mean, I don't want to like promote anything right now.
No, it's real shit.
Okay,
man.
cool.
We talk about real gear here.
Oh,
man.
well then let me get my.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
So,
put your knee up, man.
So basically, this is it. When Final Cut Pro came out, it was Final Cut 7, right?
Right.
Everybody was on it. That was
and
industry
then I heard
standard.
they changed the game. Huh?
They changed the game to Final Cut X, which is 10, which is just like iMovie. Industry hated it.
I heard.
And everybody jumped ship to Premiere.
Right.
Yep.
So that's why they'll put, because Premiere wasn't even up there. It was Avid and Final Cut. That was the main two.
Right.
But since Final Cut went to 10, everybody jumped ship to Premiere. And so now Premiere and Avid is now the standard.
Right.
So when they say, Premiere and Final Cut, it's good because Final Cut has a lot of graphics and everything that you can use. It's really quick, which is great. It's good to know both platforms, but you need to know your ish in Premiere.
Right.
That is industry standard if you don't have Avid.
Right.
But
So let me ask you this. Now, how important is it for a dude that does what you do to know just an array of different software programs? Do you ever get some work that comes to you and you're like, okay, I gotta use something different or anything? How often does that happen?
Actually, it's not that I get work; it's when I send work out.
Right.
Yeah, so it's because being a freelancer, I do my work and then I send it out.
Right.
And if I send it in the wrong format, which is Final Cut, and they're like, "What is this? We can't use this." Then it's like, "Oh, I need to switch. I need to use Premiere." And they say, "Send it in this format."
Right.
If you're sending sound out, it has to be a OMF format or AF format. Final Cut can't do that. And you
Final Cut.
And you need to know that. If they say send it in this format, then you need to know, like, okay, Final Cut can't do that. Premiere can.
Right.
I need to go on Premiere and do this.
Right.
So it's really good to know. First of all, it's really good to know industry standard. If you don't know Final Cut,
industry
you're good.
standard.
Yes.
Industry standard at least.
Yeah, because that's the
It's good to
thing.
know
A lot of our viewers just kind of want to know what even industry standard means.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are the guys of the guys using, and what do I need to be up to speed on, and just those things you said. I mean, it's attention to detail a lot too. So.
And I think there's a fair amount of trial and error, but beforehand.
Right.
Too. Finding your way, because you get that information, you need to know how to transfer, or and you're trying to do that on the fly.
And you can't do that when there's money involved.
When there's money involved? No, you can't.
Do that on your own projects.
Yeah, you can't, and that's another key thing. And which is something I don't think we've really talked about, but the fact that learning on somebody's dime is never a good thing.
No,
never a good thing. You don't want to learn on nobody's dime. If you want to learn on a dime, man, it should be your dime,
right?
And at the cost of nobody else, because you only get one time, cats. Like, you only got one time to put that video together for us to look at and to critique.
Guys,
you only had one chance.
I just need to say, the words of the famous musical Hamilton, I am not giving away my shot. I am just like my country. I'm young. This is scrappy and hungry, but I'm not throwing away my shot. That's the important thing here.
That's a takeaway.
I agree.
That's takeaway. Hamilton. Go
Hamilton.
see it. Oh, but you can't get tickets.
Don't give away your shot. Don't give away your shot. And again, guys, that Grind Op was in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to move on to Grind Op number 2.
Get your questions in.
Grind Op number 2 of the day is in the field of, production assistant, Stamford, Connecticut. Top TV talk show needs experienced PA. book and act as liaison with guests who will appear on the show, assist the production team in all stages of production. Please have at least 6 months of experience in a television or film production company. Bam!
I love it when they say right off of the bat, you need to have this amount of experience, like time-wise.
Because sometimes we don't get that.
I'm good.
Sometimes we don't get details where they want you to have experience.
Absolutely.
So we've seen that happen
Lots of times.
a bunch of times on this show. How fun is it to be an assistant? How fun has that looked to you guys when you see assistants running around for PA?
I've been assistant.
His assistant's here right now.
Tell me that. Talk on it. Speak on it, man.
I'm still doing PA work. I've been doing PA work for a while. And once again, you can't learn on their dime because they'll tell me to go get something, I don't know it. You get that look like, why do you even hire you?
Yep.
Right.
So you'd be like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get that. Yeah. Hey, what is that?
You faking it too, man.
Hey, man, you gotta do that. And so, and because they want experience, they don't want to do that because they probably have a tight knit team that's on their own project, and they probably so focused on their own thing they can't tell you what it is.
Now let me ask you this because you've done so much. How many times do you find yourself doing stuff that really should be part of the job? Like you want to get groceries,
go for stuff.
Yeah.
Be real talk now.
Yeah, real talk.
Hey man, I'm gonna drop some names too. So
connected with point fingers.
Yeah.
So I was a PA for William Shatner. It was 455 Productions, and he has a documentary on Netflix. And so I was doing PA work for that. So I'm setting up lights, and actually I was learning setting up lights and camera because I'm mostly camera. And I'm setting up lights or whatever, and I get a William Shatner's assistant. Hey, can you go to a Starbucks? And this is our list. And this is specific order that they need to put this in first before they put this in. And I'm in the middle of lights, and they're about to run, and so I have the director finish with those lights, and I have William Shatner's assistant. Hey man, go get the coffee. So I'm like, this ain't even my job to go get the coffee. So
what did you do? What did you do?
Went and got the coffee. I mean, that's the producer's assistant.
Right.
It's like, hey, sorry,
I
gotta go get this. Keep the client happy. That's what I went and got that coffee though, and they did not even drink it.
Of course not.
Welcome to the industry.
I'm realizing we got great energy here, guys.
We do.
We definitely need to do this again. This is fun.
We are not
and that's a great thing when you talk to a dude who's, climbing the ladder still, because Katz is still climbing his ladder.
And sometimes a rung will break.
Haven't arrived.
You get to hear incredible stories like these. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of viewers that want to hear from a cat like him, his perspective. You know what I mean? My man's willing to say names. That's what it's about.
I have no fear.
So he went and got this highly detailed list of coffee.
And then not even drink it.
And you were mad as
yeah, because I missed the setup.
Oh man.
Wait, before we do move into our next thing, we should probably shout out where we are because we didn't even talk about it. Shout out to Abstract LA.
Shout out to Abstract LA Studios.
First time here.
Of course, we come to you live from LA, and just to kind of give you an insight on my man's gear. You know what I'm saying? Because people in my road always want to know: is the studio got whack gear? Does it got real gear? Can we show the studio again and not me? Thank you. So what we have here is Abstract Studio. Shout out to my man Doug. This is his beautiful place that he allows us to shoot in every week. Just to name a couple things, he's his computer is up to date. Most people always kind of say I got Pro Tools, but they got Pro Tools version 2. He's got the latest Pro Tools. He's got Neve Dynamics package. He's got the 88R style EQs, Logic as well, Ableton, Manley Reference microphone. Flea microphones, U47, which is a great mic, AKG 414 XLS, Yamaha Subkick. He's got it decked out. Reach out to my man Doug at Abstract Studios. If you ever want to come and just create music and cut some vocals or what have you. It's a great atmosphere. I love the art on the walls.
Right.
And it's just a cool vibe. Look at my man dialing a Moog back there. It's just the vibe is right.
Jimi Hendrix,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Amy
Jimi
Winehouse.
Hendrix, And I think too for creators, I mean these are kind of environments we love to create.
Yeah.
So shout out to my
good
man.
energy.
Thank you for letting us hang in your house so often.
And drink your coffee.
Yeah. So what do we have next, Chloe? Oh, we have the newsletter, which, by the way, I'm gonna introduce it because it's featuring my lovely co-host, Miss Chloe.
Yeah.
Let's show it. Look at you.
Aww,
Look at that little special feature. Okay. So that is our newsletter, and we're featuring, like I just said, the lovely co-host of Connected, Miss Chloe.
Aww,
So, Chloe, you always have so much going on. What you got going on? You got an audition after the show.
I do.
Talk about it.
I can't talk about it.
Well, I mean, come on, give us a little something.
I can say that it involves singing, which is always fun.
Okay.
And then I will start shooting very soon on a project called External Living, which I also can't talk about. Lots of NDAs. I know, right? This world is
so secretive.
Except for the stuff that's already floating out there. But yeah, no, it's been a busy week. I closed 2 projects: a show I choreographed, and then a show that I was in.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
I'm making it happen.
And you're doing it well.
Doing it and doing it well.
What?
Doing it and doing it. Yeah. So that's my Monday. That's my Monday movement.
That's dope.
What about you?
I'm here, honey.
I know that's right.
Today is today, and it's always a lot going on when we do here. So
hello.
That's where my focus is. And with that being said, honey, we're gonna move into grind out number 3.
Hit it.
Hit it. This is afternoon on-air talent in San Francisco, California. Popular San Francisco alternative rock station is in need of talent for afternoon drive. Assist program director in creating content and operate studio equipment. Interview guest. Must submit air check if interested. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I love the Bay, so anything to me in the Bay that's going on is fun. Look at Chloe. Who are you texting, Chloe? Tell me.
I'm working. I'm on the social.
I'm just kidding. So,
grinding.
One of the things with on-air jobs, whether
Yes.
you're behind the mic, what have you, people, I know a lot of people that would like to jump into radio as the actual
Talent.
on-air personality. And I always say, in that road, you got to have a decent voice. You got to have a personality. You got to be outgoing. And I think those things lead into that eventually, when you're assisting for a program director or radio director.
He learned how to not have dead air.
Yeah,
Well,
learn how to not have dead air. And then also, too, because it's alternative rock, you got to make sure you know your music.
Yes.
You got to know that
Appreciation of love.
demographic, what that language is, what the culture is like, so you can get in there and, keep people's attention.
and dominate. Yes,
Dominate.
because you figure like you got people in their cars, in traffic, and whatever the circumstances are. You're trying to take their mind off of it, give them a little piece of happy or a little piece. You are a transmitter of joy.
Yes.
Basically,
Transmitter.
if you will, and
Yes.
and we do. So it's a very specific person that can do that, and not everybody can do it.
Yeah, not everybody can do it.
No.
And what's great too is that, there's certain jobs we get where you definitely want to have experience.
Yeah.
And some you can get in there and just kind of be molded.
Exactly.
But this one you definitely, and it's something they point out, you want to send in, at least some type of resume that reflects
Yes.
experience in this world. Okay. So again, that's in San Francisco, California. Before we move into grind out number 4, we have another success story.
We sure do. Shout out to our recording connection grad. Look at that. That's Ian Shabel from Vegas.
Like a boss.
Viva Las Vegas. So he landed his own weekend radio show and a full-time job screening calls and helping to produce for Dave Mahoney morning show on CBS Radio, and the affiliate is X107.5. He apprenticed with the radio personality Ransom Garcia, and to learn more about Ian, you can check out our weekly newsletter, which will come out a little bit later today. That's going to be at rrfedu.com/connected/weekly-report. You didn't even need the graphic.
Look at, ooh wee.
Did I get it right?
You got it.
Double check that.
You know,
Same confidence.
again, I think, that's awesome to be able to just highlight, our successors and students that are doing well. And it's cool because we just got done talking about
radio job.
And so to see him pop up and that be his, his career path, that's great. And, and anyone can get out there and make things happen. You just a little bit of direction and focus and
a whole lot of drive.
And a whole lot of drive.
A lot of hunger.
Hunger.
Well.
So, Chloe, I'm going to let you have this fourth grind out of the day. We're moving fast. And efficient.
I love it.
Take it down.
Great.
A lot of California jobs.
Listen, love it.
Cali.
Right? We're the Golden State?
We are.
We're the Golden. Oh, great.
Eureka.
This is for the gold. So this is for an audio engineer coming to you out of Oakland, California. Top Oakland studio in search of audio engineer. Must live in the Bay Area. Job is set up and tear down equipment for recording sessions. Record and mix audio tracks. Knowledge of Pro Tools a must. Again, that's coming to you out of Oakland, California.
And Pro Tools, industry standard.
Industry standard. See, cats, I love it, man.
Yeah.
Chime in, man.
No logic.
Chime in on
no logic.
No logic.
No logic pro in this.
And those are the things I always talk about with engineers is, because we get engineers that, are great at one software platform and don't know the other. And it's so important to be, to wear a lot of hats and be a master of all of them.
Master of your craft.
Because that's how it is.
Know your craft.
Know your craft, and I think for our engineers who are viewing, those details, it's you guys already know that language already. But just something we wanted to stress was, Pro Tools. Make sure that you can fly on that. You'd be surprised. Like I always laugh because engineers are at a point now where they play the keyboard like a real keyboard. Like an instrument. You know what I'm saying? The shortcuts. And I'm sure, right? Quick at it. Like they play it like an instrument now. That's how you can tell who's fast and who's not. Because the dude who ain't fast, he's like, okay, shift. And you looking at him as a creator, like, dude, I already lost the idea.
Not on they dime.
Yep.
Do that at home.
Do that at home.
Do that at home.
And what's great is you can actually go to YouTube and learn all these things really quick.
YouTube.
Really quick. YouTube is like the modern day
everything.
Right?
Encyclopedia Britannica, but moving with moving pictures.
YouTube got me out a lot of jobs too.
And dudes who are really doing it. Like for instance, great time to bring this up.
Hit it.
One of my mixers at the crib, my fader was like loose, and I was like, how am I gonna get to this? Where's the screw? So I was like, hold on. Yep. I go to YouTube, and dude has the exact description, like how to tighten your fader on such and such product.
Yes.
So I go and I'm watching him and I'm doing it right then and there.
And you fixed it.
I fixed it.
Yep. Now you can charge people to fix theirs.
Now I'm a repair. You know what I'm saying? I can repair now. Like, hey, that's where the world has shifted.
Here's my one thing I will say about the Google and the YouTube videos. This is my one complaint, if I may be allowed to gripe
go ahead
for a moment. I love an instructional video or because I'm a hands-on, or a visual learner. But sometimes you have to read it. I don't need the clever banter at the top. I don't need your delightful intro. I don't need to get the voice. I actually just need step 1, do this. Step 2.
Thank you.
I don't need a lead in and an I don't need a preamble.
Right?
Let's just get to it.
I don't need a story.
I don't need a story.
I don't need what your cat did. I need I gotta fast forward 3 minutes in
to get to
to get to the meat.
Pass the anecdote. As in, pass it away. I don't need it. I just need to know. I'm in action mode now, and now I've lost it because I'm an Aquarius.
Well, a lot of them are professionals. They just happen to be able to do it and be able to take the time to say, okay, this is how we're doing it, guys.
Respect to those. Respect to those that actually will take the time to do that for us. But, come on.
I know, and that's probably more of a testament to us and our short attention spans. But I feel like if I'm in the moment where I'm taking it upon myself to look something up on how to fix it on YouTube, I'm already at an aggravate. I'm already at like a 7.
You're already there.
You're already
You're
Just
already there.
needed to
I
happen.
know, and being creative people, once we started getting our creative flow and creative juices, we don't want nothing to interrupt us.
No.
I mean, and since I watch a show a lot, I know when he's in his thing and people walking in and out of the door.
Yep.
When he's in that flow, and then I'm like, if you're ever in the studio, I would never walk in that door.
No.
I tell you,
I
what,
don't
I'm not
care if there's a fire. I don't care if somebody's melting. If there's acid being thrown, I just won't do it.
Yeah, you cannot distract, an artist,
genius. No.
an artist in their flow, and then watching those videos, it's like, man, I mean, you just ruined it for me. I don't even want to.
Because see, and the other thing is, I'm sorry, we digress. The other thing is, like, now you watching and listening to your story, now I've thought about something else. So now instead of staying in my creative track, I now need to go and Google something else. And it's like if you give a mouse a cookie. It's just, that's what happens.
Get one more.
Sorry, now you know me.
Yeah, so
Where were we?
Okay, guys.
My bad.
My fault. Let me reel you guys in.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. I got you.
It's a fun day.
So another thing that I'm glad you're here for is because we've had our connected app for a couple of months now.
Okay. Yeah.
And we got a chance to kind of briefly talk about your experience with it prior to the show. So, we like to stress, to our viewers to get involved with this app, to use it more often. And I kind of just want to hear, what you like about it. I know you mentioned the fact that it, slang, which is dope,
yeah.
But what are some of the things you've been able to do with that? It does not say. It does not reference women. It does not thoughts.
It does
It
not.
does not.
So, but my experience with it is, it asks me what my rates are and what do I have more experience with, and it'll keep that in mind. So I guess if whatever they're looking for meets the criteria that I have, it will message me and let me know we have this and this for you. I haven't gotten anything yet, because my thing is so specific.
Right.
And but from my experience, being on the app and talking to it, it talks back, which is great.
Right.
Uses language that we use today.
Right.
Vernacular, modern day vernacular.
Yes, modern day vernacular. They don't use $10 words.
Right.
I only need a thesaurus to find out what they're talking about.
So the app is like,
great.
Hey homie, hey homie,
dog, check this out.
There's another film dude next to you down the street, homie.
But and I love the quick response.
Yeah.
You send it, it sends you back, and it asks questions, and yeah, it's snappy. I like it. I like
so
it.
that's and that's great to hear just from a user end, perspective, because I think it's important for other creators to really take part in this app, because it's really a great hub and platform for you like yourself to put your work out there, as far as what you do and your price and your fee, and get work going for yourself.
And just so it's just a blessing that they come to me.
Yes.
Like I don't have to constantly not on this. Like they throw it out there for us.
Yeah.
So which is great.
So guys, get proactive with this Is Connected app, all right?
I just came up with a song.
You got a song?
If you're hustling and you know it, use the app. If you're hustling and you know it, use the app.
Yes.
If you're hustling and you know it, then your bank will surely show it. If you're hustling and you know it, use the app.
Cloie, I love you.
I love you
We're
too.
match made in heaven.
Right.
Grind up number 5 of the day,
Wait, but
folks.
before we go there, though.
You're in what?
Before we're good, talk about your video.
My video?
The School of Hard Knocks.
Oh, I didn't know it was
another lesson.
Okay.
It's all about lessons. It's all about. Just kidding. You were right. I was wrong.
School of Hard Knocks.
Later. It was right. I was wrong.
School of Hard Knocks.
I've embarrassed myself.
It's okay. Here at Connected, we're just having a good time.
Always.
On that note, Cloie, don't ever do that.
I won't. Messed up the groove.
Here we go.
Welcome to Live.
Grind up number 5 of the day is in the field of production coordinator, Hollywood, California. Here we go. Hollywood Production Company seeks production coordinator for fast-paced studio. Coordinate with producer to ensure all tasks are covered. Meet with editors to get them any elements they may need, graphics, VO, VF effects, etc. Coordinate with music department to pull or help with any requests. Anything you see unique in this, Cass?
Yeah,
Made you tired. That was a very weighty sigh.
Oh, because once again, PA work. I did the Oscars one year, and the person that is a coordinator, and I just looked at the clipboard of everything that she has to make sure is on time. Because she went to the PA group. She's like, okay, we need this, and this. Let me know if you need anything. And then she left and went to the sound guys. And was like, okay, make sure that you guys get everything. And we need to make sure that this time happens at this time.
Right.
And troubleshoot. If something can happen, she has to rearrange scheduling and timing and talking to so many different people on their levels and everything. I was like, I can't do it.
That's
intense.
It's intense. Being a coordinator is
especially
intense.
in those environments where everything is governed by time.
Yes.
Right? Minutes. On air minutes. Like it's serious.
Because then you get into like penalties or commercial breaks and all like that. Don't go. Ooh.
Especially companies that have paid.
Don't do it
Paid
for their commercial
airtime?
time. Oh man.
Listen.
Yeah, so you got to be well organized and pay attention to detail and then troubleshoot on the fly.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, let's shout out to this year's Oscars. We were talking about it last week with our contest and the reveal and all. And just, I can't even imagine the production coordinator for this year's Oscar snafu, among, other things.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I know the team. So I was looking at the credits to see exactly who was in charge of that, and I'm like,
Oops.
Oh.
I'm like, yeah.
Well, I heard they got fired.
I'm sure they did.
I heard they got fired.
They might be watching Connected right now. Shout out to you.
Trying to get more work.
I understand though.
Trying to get new work. That was a very big mishap, but they cleaned it up.
Nice.
They did.
Yeah, they did, but still. But coordinator.
And Moonlight was
coordinator.
La La Land was gracious in losing in that moment.
Were they? There was a couple
They
folks that
also won
won.
a bunch of other awards. They were
Dude was like, I know we lost, but thanks to that was pretty ill. Like, wow.
That was we up here.
I'm gonna say these thank yous anyway.
because I started.
Right.
Anyway,
well, guys, that is grind up number 5 of the day. Now, don't get it twisted. We got 5 additional, which we'll tell you a little more about.
In a
But Chloe,
minute.
I'm gonna let you do what you
What
you were gonna do. Go ahead.
when I jumped the gun before. Okay, so this week in our installation of School of Hard Knocks, we were talking about why mentors are such great teachers. Because bottom line is, if you want to be rich, don't hang around poor people. And then they say, if you want to learn job skills, don't hang around classmates. Hang around the people with the knowledge. And this is what is talking about this week. So I feel like, can we roll tape? Yeah.
One of the reasons why we get such great support from our mentors is that they've been through this process to some degree too, wanting to do something they love, wanting to be around folks that they can learn from, wanting to be in the studio, wanting to be on a film set, wanting to be in a radio broadcasting room. We've all been there, and we're not doing things so basic and institutionally driven. It's really about the experience, and I think that's why we get the support we do from our mentors. And they know truly at the end of the day, this is the one process that really works, because you're able to weed out the certain things that will necessarily fall off the tree. Somebody that's serious, somebody that's not serious. But this truly is the engaging process that they've been through, that I've been through. And I think that, when you get an opportunity to be a part of something that's disruptive and non-traditional, it's exciting. And I think that's where the excitement and the inspiration and the support comes from.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I always I love our little School of Hard Knocks,
it's
snippets.
Real.
It's all real stuff. And then, again, shout out to Doug here at Abstract Studios, because we shot that in the beautiful control room, which was it was probably one of the longest interviews I've ever done. But it was cool. It was fun.
Yeah, how long was the whole interview?
Man, I don't know, man. It was.
There've also been several.
Grinding.
There's been more than one.
But it's good because when it's stripped down like that, and you get these questions that you just get to really, man, I don't care who I offend. I'm gonna answer them honestly.
He's
you know
real
what I mean?
talk.
Like, real talk.
Gotta love that editor though.
Yeah.
So the 3 hours of is.
A 3-hour
Right?
tour.
Shout out to Lonnie too, because Lonnie
Yes.
was one of the cats that hooked those videos up. Also too, we have our additional 5 grind ops. Chloe, I'm gonna let you tell them about real quick.
Right. So we got Grind Ops 6. We got radio talent, or an on-air sports talent. That's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We've got a job in film as a production coordinator in New York, New York. Start spreading that news. For also in recording, we've got live sound engineer for church in Durham, North Carolina. In recording, we've got a production assistant in Queens, New York. And in culinary, we've got a prep cook in Santa Monica, another Cali job, yes. And you can find all of those on our website at rrfedu.com/connected/latest.
Bam!
That's
there
10
you
jobs.
have it.
So that was 400.
That's 400. We're at 400. So next week we're gonna be at 410.
We will, and then it'll be easier to count.
Yeah, we're moving fast. So, being that we got my man Katz in the house today, we also have some questions that people are shooting at us right now.
I got
so we want to make sure we
questions.
dial you right in, man.
Wow.
Chloe, which one do you want to
I
hear
got
first?
Jamar from Watkinsville, Georgia. Georgia. He wants to know how much self-teaching you do before applying to Film Connection. Any big learning experiences for people down here who want to get started but have zero dough?
I started since college, high school, so about 16, 17 years.
Ooh, say that again.
16, 17 years.
Mm.
Hurts your heart.
And I'm here. So it's a struggle. A lot of self-taught. It's the thing is, like, doing your own projects, you do learn, what to do, what not to do when no one's watching. And now that you move up to this to a certain level and there's something that you don't know, it's all learning curve. Like example, I never had a sound mixer for my short films because I used to do everything myself. And so when I actually had a sound mixer, I send the sound stuff to him, and he's like, "Dude, I can't read this." Like, he was like, "You're not formatting it properly. Nothing you're doing is what we're used to. It's not industry standard." He's like, "You need to Google it. Like, you need to YouTube how to actually send out professional things." And that was a hard struggle because he looked at me like I was a professional. Mm-hmm. And so, but luckily, I Googled it. But luckily, all the experience that I had failing on my own dime brought me to at least that point where it's a minor fix here and there that they can do. So, but years, man, years, wow. And books, tutorials. That's what it takes.
And that's great, man, because that's like, I say it in different way. I usually say be a student of your craft. Yeah. And everything you just described is being a student of your craft. That's what a student does. You know what I mean? You do your due diligence and you make it happen.
And the best thing is I love this quote, no matter how cliche it is. If you love what you're doing, you don't have to work a day in your life.
That's true.
Those 17 years did go by fast because I absolutely loved it. I love the editing and the learning, the creative process and the directing of it. You love it, you do it anyway. Yeah. Like, you will go home and do it, and then you'll learn that way because it's fun. No,
it's true. I always say, even for me, like, if nobody ever wrote me a check to do music, I'd play it anyway because I love it that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll let the house go before I let my instrument go. Like, straight up.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Be homeless with a synthesizer.
Wait, so this is a follow-up then. The perfect segue is Lucas from St. Paul, Minnesota, wants to know, says, "Hi, Katz, are you going to make a movie? And if so, what's it about?"
I'm in the process of making 2. I wrote 2 scripts. One of them is a vampire superhero, almost like a Blade, with a Christian-y sort of feel to it. And the other one is a murder mystery in a cabin. One cabin, somebody died, and people are trying to figure out who killed the person.
Like Clue?
It's kind of like Clue, but the people, the audience knows who the killers are, right off the bat. And now you're like, are they going to get away with it? Are they not going to get away with it? Do they know that they're the killers? So
it's like Clue mixed with Hateful Eight, kind of.
And I love it. And I was really inspired by Alfred Hitchcock, and which the movie's called Rope, on Alfred Hitchcock's Rope, and it's like that.
Oh, it's dope, man.
Really good. Yeah, film student. I love history of film. I study it. But yeah, those are my two. And I'll start shooting hopefully this year. Like, I just got the script.
Is there a slot for a beautiful black girl?
Yes, I'm gonna give you 10%.
Because they die first.
We do.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
Hey man, I'm keep it 100, man. I'm a huge scary movie dude.
Yeah.
I love scary movies.
Yeah, true. I mean,
But we die first.
It's true.
You
don't.
Except Tay
You
Diggs.
don't.
He
Well,
survived
there's
in
very few
one.
of us in them.
Well, you would be alive longer. But
Well, I'm usually like the dude who's like
You're
in
the
the
comic
restaurant
relief.
cooking when you guys come to eat. Nothing ever happens to me.
Comic relief. But yeah, I got two coming out hopefully in a couple of years. But right now, actually, I'm doing a web series. It's called Hot Asian Girl. I'm dropping a trailer at the end of March. I'm dropping a trailer. So look for that and a web series. So it's gonna
That's
be
dope,
happening.
man.
Making stuff happen.
Please keep connected in tune with everything you're doing. Because if we can highlight some of your work,
Definitely.
we love to do that.
Oh, most def.
We got another question, actually, from me.
Yeah.
From Johnny from Franklin, Tennessee. Hey, do you have any recommendations on good studio monitors for under 500?
That's a good practical question.
Yeah, it is. For me, it's hard with studio monitors because it's so hard to find a pair that not only sound good but won't blow. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chloe. So, I really don't know because I've had my monitors for so long because I'm, like, married to them.
Mm-hmm.
JBL has a couple. Any studio you go to, you're always going to see NS10 speakers, Yamaha NS10s. Those are a little pricey. But, I would say go to like Guitar Center or Sam Ash. Go to a place where you can just kind of A and B a bunch of monitors and find what you like and what you think will handle your sound the best. Because it's different with everybody. Studio monitors is tricky. But that's my best advice to you. What else?
One with the yellow.
Yeah.
The yellow. Yeah. I'm a film guy. Like so.
Go by color
Ooh,
and
that's a good color.
composition.
Yeah.
Color and composition.
Yeah.
I respect.
Drake from Sacramento, California. So I'm going to be DJing for the opening act for Too Short in Reno, Nevada, next month. If my goal is to be DJing my own EDM music, is it smart to be DJing in the hip hop field also? There's two ways to skin that cat. If you want the work, it makes all the sense in the world. However, you have to be up to speed on those genres. I know most EDM guys don't spin hip hop. So if they get in a hip hop environment, they're lost. So I would say if you choose to do that gig, just make sure you're familiar with the culture, and you're up to date as far as what records are hot right now to keep people moving in that type of world.
And read the room.
Because most, for me, just what I've been able to experience from the last couple of years as technology has shifted the DJ culture, I don't really look at EDM DJs as DJs.
Interesting.
I look at EDM DJs as cats who have a playlist and they play records. They play records. That's how, just based off of the skill set and the cloth that DJing originally came from, there's actual craftsmanship. I can have, a song list on my iPhone and get a, auxiliary cable and just play songs and, play the next one. That's where technology has taken the culture. So
is there art in that, or are you losing?
I think there's a bit of art in it from a sense of being able to look at a crowd and knowing how to play the right music.
Yeah, okay.
That's what Mosky was talking
right?
about.
There's an art in that.
Okay.
From a technical aspect, from a craftsmanship, from something you have to practice and become great at, it's not hard to be an EDM DJ.
Right.
Now to actually match tempos manually and have your delays and the craftiness, the craftsmanship that goes into playing an acapella and then finding a dope instrumental, syncing them up in real time, like that takes skill.
That sounds.
You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot of skill.
Yeah.
So the culture has changed a bit.
Okay.
Technology has been beneficial, but also has been a detriment to the craft. So, I always like to tell people, whatever it is you choose to jump in, if it's EDM or hip hop, just be great at it. Like, be dope at it.
Dominate.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, so then love it.
It's a lot, yeah. And the thing, EDM DJs were starting to take kind of a backlash because a lot of them were faking. Like, you see a lot of DJs
Just put it
behind
Pandora.
doing this, and they're touching knobs, and you don't hear nothing change. Like when you as a DJ, when you touch a knob,
something happens.
Something happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there's a lot of EDM DJs that they would like. I'd be at the shows with them, and they tell the camera crew, "No cameras on his hands. No cameras on his hands."
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. So you know, you don't want to be faking the funk because when it comes down to it, and you really got to stretch. You got to be able to go.
Mm.
You know, so no faking the funk.
Oh, I feel like
Love it.
I've seen Oz behind the curtain a little
Oh,
bit.
absolutely.
Hearing that story.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
True.
Just put in Pandora,
Right.
I do.
like you're rocking the crowd.
Next
Wait,
question.
We have a question from Sean Miller. Location unknown.
Mm-mm.
I'm very ambitious. How do I best channel it? Well, Sean Miller, we need a little bit more
Yeah, we
information.
need a little more, son.
And ambitious about what?
That's great.
But you channel it by staying focused on the thing that you're
Mm-hmm.
ambitious about. If it's music, stay focused on learning the instruments and learning everything. Michael Jackson, who I love, and I watched the This Is It documentary, and I noticed that when he's there, he's hearing everything. He can pinpoint you're off, and no one else can hear it. It's because he stayed focused and he knows every single
He
instrument.
doesn't miss a beat.
And Ms. B, Prince knows how to play
Yeah.
every single instrument. So if you're passionate about music, learn music.
Yes.
And you can learn everything else that goes along with that. But that's how you channel it. You channel it on the one thing that you're focused on.
Yep. Words from the man himself.
Motivation.
We got a question from Isaac Williams came in via email, location unknown. Okay. I'm 16, but I already have a home studio I'm building. I need help and direction. Building a home studio there's so many different levels of it. There's like, okay, I got a bedroom, let me put some egg crate on the wall, let me put some speakers, and I got a studio. Or there's a flip side of that, which is, let me make these walls, with a 4-inch gap in between, create an airspace, float the floor. So it's two extremes. So, I would say because you're 16, I'm guessing you're probably just converting a room, putting some foam up. And I would suggest, easy information that you can grab, go to YouTube.
Sure.
Get rid of your bed.
Yeah.
You don't need it. You can sleep when you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. Get rid of your bed.
So this is another question that can go your way, Cats. Matthew from Wichita, Kansas City. Kansas. If I want to direct film, should I start out learning how to produce and then trying to get hired as a producer? Or would I get locked into being on the production side after that?
No. Wait, to make it short, no. You want to learn to be a director, right? Correct?
If I want to direct film, should I start out learning how to produce?
No. That is the wrong thing to do because that is two completely different worlds. A lot of producers don't know squat about directing. The best way to learn how to direct is to edit. Start editing because the editor is the one that actually tells the story. The director has his vision on how it goes, but as an editor, you can switch it to be a horror, a comedy, a drama. You set the tone. And being an editor, you recognize tone and you recognize shots and angles and you recognize what to do, what not to do, what you like, what you don't like. So when you actually in the director's chair, you can be like, well, in my editor may do this, this, and this. So I need to angle it to make sure that I tell my story so the editor knows exactly what I want. Mm-hmm. So editor, that's the best route to take when you want to be a director.
Dig it. We have Key Bello from Greensboro, North Carolina. Says, I want to be a chef. Keep hearing you guys affiliated with culinary school. Is that Le Cordon Bleu? Please tell me where to go and find out more. Thanks. Not Le Cordon Bleu.
No. It's CASA schools. Which we can have, let's give him the link.
Yeah.
Shoot him the link so we can have our folks get in touch with him to kind of, guide him on the... There you go. Bam!
Guys,
Casa School.
And then once you go, bring some samples here.
This is all I'm saying. I feel like it needs to be more interactive experience between our mouths and Casa Schools testing things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a guinea pig.
Yeah.
At that table.
Bring it here. Like we'll make sure it's up to snuff.
I have a personal question for Cats.
Hit it.
Sir?
This is coming in from Iz.
From where? Where's the location unknown?
Location unknown.
Hey, man.
My bad.
I'm a Cali boy. That's all you need to know. Help me understand what a day looks like for you. How do you manage your day to get the most out of it?
Well, honestly, I don't know if everybody else can relate to this, but I'm doing about 3 or 4 projects at the same time. So in the mornings, I wake up 8, 9-ish, turn the computer on. It's the first thing I do before I even brush my teeth. Computer is on. I like to hear the dong, like cool, everything's up and running. Then I go fix myself up, do what I got to do, come back, and I organize. If it's a quick cut, a quick edit, like the Hot Asian Girl. Quick edit, quick fix things here and there with lighting or whatever, and then there's a documentary I'm doing. That's long. So I'll make sure I get the quick things out of the way, which will take a few hours, and then I get right into the longer, bigger projects, which sometimes I'm 10, 11 hours. I forget to eat a lot of times.
That happens to me a lot too, bro. That's when the creativity's
It's
going.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay.
You're fed. You're full. You all the sustenance you need.
So now let me ask you this, because this is a huge part of it too. Do you have any responsibilities? Do you have any kids? Do you have any things that I'm just saying, because like people, there's a lot of people who want to get to it, but by the time they're done at their regular job, they're the kids, then it's like, okay, let me apply some time. So being that this is what you do, right?
This is what I do.
What are some of the No, I'm not going to ask you what your responsibilities are, but how do you manage that?
Like your life and
your life, yeah.
Oh, how I manage my life with it? It's irritating. I mean, that's just to be honest with you, because I lucked out because when I went to college, I couldn't afford to stay in college, so I had to move back in with my parents. Sad, I know. So
that's part of the journey.
Yeah, and I have responsibilities at the house.
Sure.
And so I'm editing. My dad comes in, hey, you need to blah 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 blah, and it's like, okay. So I save everything, and then I leave, hurry up, do whatever I got to do. And when I'm tired and I'm coming back, it's art. It's being creative. Puts me right back in there. So for people, because I know my friends have kids. I don't. My friends have kids, and they have a job and regular life, and they wait till the kids are asleep. They work in the middle of the night. And it was like, once the juices is going. But honestly, if nothing is coming out, if I'm not feeling creative, I take a break.
Yeah.
I take a break. I zone out. Depending on what time it is, I'll go get a beer or two.
My man.
Just to put me...
Right?
Gotta live a little, right?
Just to put me in that, like, okay, I can probably be creative now. If not, I'll go to sleep.
Yeah. Because nothing will rejuvenate you like sleep sometimes when you got that block or that whatever,
the creative block. Oh, yeah, creative block. And
can't stand in bed.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I just go in the refrigerator and open it up for no reason.
Of course.
Just have it,
and then you close it.
And then you
open it back up again. You think something
magically is going to appear. And when I get creative block, that's that's what it is. That's my everyday. And you sleep for 2 hours. You wake up, do it all over again.
Yep. Sounds like my day too.
We got a question from Michelle from Salt Lake City, Utah. So why do some artists add the smallest things into their tracks, like stuff you wouldn't hear unless you really, really pay attention? I'm thinking of a Stone Roses song and a Radiohead song. The Stone Roses song has an offbeat rattle or something, but you really have to listen to hear it.
I think for me, because I've been asked that question too, it's just kind of how we paint, and some of the colors we choose to use. I think everyone has an ear that they, something that they hear that they favor, whether it's putting those ambient things or whatever.
Yeah.
It's really just, it's just really, that's how we tap into like the atmospheric stuff outside of the traditional instrumentation.
So like texture.
Yeah, texture. Exactly. Okay. Perfect.
And as someone who loves music, you put in Michael Jackson's album Invincible, and you listen to it like with some good earphones, and you listen, it's like, what's that? Is that Brandy's voice just going, And I'm like, that's Brandy. Like, you won't pay attention to that, but when you hear it, it's like a surprise. Like, oh my God, that's something I never heard before.
I love it. I love it. Question for you is, Ross from Cedar Grove, New Jersey. What's the best way to record 2 singers with really different voices? They're singing in unison. This is a project for my church. Trying to learn Pro Tools on 8-track before that. Thanks, man. Great show.
Cool, man. Thank you. Glad you love it, bro. Let me see. It's a good question. Sometimes you have two singers that have completely different tones. So there's, ways you can try to putting them both in their own isolated booth to get whatever it is you're looking to get out of these two voices singing together. There's and another way you can go about it, you can put them on the same mic, and if one is overpowering, you put that one, you stand that one a little further back. The one with the softer voice is usually right up on the mic. So it really depends what you're going for, in that environment. But like I said, if you have somebody who's got a lot more, strength on their vocals, then you place them further back, or you put them in their own isolated booth with a mic, and you can try switching up the mics to get the sound you're looking for. But those are usually the most common two ways, you go about trying to get that perfect blend of two different voices. Either got to separate them or put them on, different mics.
It's like a vocal cat fight.
Yeah.
We have Howard from Topeka. Oh, it's our last question. Howard from Topeka, Kansas. I just inherited an old analog console from my uncle. I've always been interested in recording, play guitar, bass, drums. Got an API 1608 with 32 channels. Where do I start? Do you have classes for this?
Wow. To hear a dude say he's got an API 1608, that's like an amazing vintage sounding board. Like that thing sounds great. So the fact that you just kind of have this, is pretty cool. With those kind of things, it's very tricky, man, because the dudes who come from that school and work on those things, they're like tucked away in these little like pockets within like Philly and Cali. It's like those kind of dudes. So I'm not sure how much information you would be able to find on YouTube for that particular gear and its usage and application, but he says, do we have classes for this? We might, I think because we have a lot of mentors who have serious lineage in the game. So yes, we do have somebody that you can work with. So is there a link we can put on the screen for somebody that we can kind of just, at least help start the conversation with maybe a mentor or somebody who's familiar with this particular gear?
And also maybe to shout that question out specifically to Connected at rrfedu.com, which is where you send your stuff to us.
Right.
But that could also be a way to help direct that. Because it's somebody.
Man, Howard, I wish you were in California, because I'd be hunting you down right now. Like, dude, let's work. I need to get on that console.
I love it.
So there you go, bro. That link right there will, reach out to us, and we'll definitely get somebody who can assist and help you with what you're doing. Mario from Highland Park, California. Everyone keeps saying recording studios are dinosaurs. Thoughts? Yes, they are. Also, what's the best way to decide between being a producer and being an audio engineer? Also, there are different kinds of audio engineers, right? Being a producer and an engineer are completely two separate roles.
That's what we were just saying too. For
engineering, I can see how they can somewhat be, from a creative aspect, meaning an engineer can creatively put his input into a record. Right. A producer can then do the same. But two different applications. The reason why I say studios are becoming dinosaurs is because everybody's studio now is in a laptop. So with a laptop, you set your mic up, get a little, something like this little baffle, and it do what you do,
Whereas, love that, though.
Studios, are very costly. Still to this day. To find a good studio that you're not getting any buzzes through the electrical outlets, to get a real studio, it's, $600-$700 a day. For a 12-hour blackout. So
but that's conservative, I feel. That's a conservative
That's estimate. A conservative feel, but when you think about it, you get into a studio, you got a huge console, right? And it's only being used for a volume knob now. It ain't people
so it's
ain't
the most expensive volume knob.
Because people ain't even really going through the console anymore. They're going through their laptop and on Pro Tools. So
the laptop on top of the console.
Yeah, exactly. So it kills me because I've worked at some of these world-renowned studios out here, but it's like, why are you you got to change your experience?
Yeah.
Why are you still charging that when cats can literally roll out of bed and move their bed to the side, move a couch, and I got a studio too. You know what I'm saying? So
roll out of bed.
Just something even for the studio industry to start really thinking about, and because for one, people don't have that kind of money anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that money ain't floating around for people to say, guys, we saved up, let's go record our album. It's like, nah, man, we're going to record it in my garage. I got the computer.
Absolutely.
We're good. So,
especially because, and also I imagine it also has to do with how music is being consumed nowadays.
Yeah.
That's a big game changer for the distribution of the funds anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
And be good, because since
suck.
everybody can do that, everybody will do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, just to finish out his question, he said, you know, what's the best way to decide between being a producer and being an audio engineer? I would say, first and foremost, figure out what you love the most. If you love being a producer, apply all your attention to that. If you love being an engineer, apply your attention to that. Don't serve two masters, because it just doesn't work like that. And, you know, that's the best advice I can give you. You know, figure out which one you love and go for it.
Well.
Do the other one as a hobby.
Exactly.
Focus on one.
Focus
Do
on one.
the other one on the side.
I know that's right.
Well, man, that is our questions for the day, Cats.
What?
Man, thank you for hanging out with us, man. Let's take a picture.
Let's take a picture right now. Oh, this is so cute. Oh, boys, yay.
Shout out to Catrice. I just want to let you know, yes, Connected took care of your brother. And so we want to do a follow up with him.
We do. We
Because
want to know.
We want to know how your goal and your strategy for applying your 10K.
Okay.
You know, we don't want to
okay.
see you in Vegas. We don't
You-
want to see you
oh,
like
right.
in Miami, like 10K. You know, but I think it's
man.
important for our viewers to kind of
budget.
just, you know,
Be able to
understand your
track.
roadmap.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
You know?
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, it's nice to have a film budget. No,
Obviously, you're gonna get in there and start learning right away.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Working
So
with mentors.
if you go on Facebook, I have a Facebook page separate dedicated to my journey. I'm going to either do a live video, or I'm going to do an actual edit video when I have the time to do it. So it's not necessarily like my day-to-day journal. It's going to be a more of what I learned today.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what I learned, and this is what not to do.
What I learned.
What I learned. So
Okay.
yeah. And hop on Facebook. It's on there. So
Okay.
And
that's
if people, to find more about you, where can we find you on social media?
social media outlets, it's Katz Carter, KATZ Carter, all one word, and that's everywhere. That's Facebook, YouTube,
Smart.
Instagram, MySpace, Friendster, like
Tinder. I'm just kidding.
Actually, no, Tinder. That's a different name.
That's so damn.
That's dark chocolate.
That's Daddy.
That's black coffee.
We had so much fun with you.
We did.
With Cats here today. Thank you for coming, man. We love having you.
Man, thanks for having me. Man, I love it.
Absolutely. Now, Cloie, our verdict is in. You remember what we did at the top of the show?
We did.
Go ahead and yeah.
Y'all don't follow directions.
They don't follow directions.
Now, granted, I'm only looking on one outlet, but I'm not seeing that anything has changed on the Instagram, and I'm a little disappointed.
So listen, viewers, I challenge you guys because we need you to step up to the plate now. Viewers who are watching,
Who are viewing?
get on social media and start
'Cause you're
following
already
us.
on your phone.
Okay? So you can start experiencing the full spectrum of what Connected is, all right? Just don't limit yourself to just a Monday. Open this week up so that you can see our daily movement and what we're doing. You can send us messages, however, DM, whatever, but
Don't be lazy.
come on, get proactive.
Don't be lazy.
Okay? It's
Don't be lazy.
Connected across the board.
Don't be lazy.
Okay, and start using the Connected app. You know, my man gave a perfect scenario of how he
Testimonial.
uses it and testimonial. So, Chloe, with that being said, I'm gonna let you hit them with the
Guys,
graphics.
hit it with it. Thank you. Social media @isconnected. Email connected@rrfedu.com. This is where you want to send in your samples, your demos, where you can get direct communication with us. To sign up, check out rrfedu.com/connected. For our messenger app, that's our Facebook app we're just talking about. Again, rrfedu.com/connected/app. Second slide, please. To apply for the jobs, you can visit rrfedu.com/connected/latest. That's where you're going to find our 5 additional grind ups that we didn't talk about on the show. For our resources, be sure to check out our vault, rrfedu.com/connected/vault. And of course, there is our newsletter, which is rrfedu.com/weekly-report. The end.
Bam!
Mic drop.
And on that note, shout out to the Connected team: Mike, Howie, Leah, Brian,
Jimmy,
Michael, Jimmy,
Jay.
Jay. we don't do this alone, although we like to think we do, but no,
it looks so easy.
It takes a team. And shout out to, again, my man Cat sitting, left side of me, because he's been here since show 1.
Yeah.
Show 1, trying to find
see where he's gotten.
Trying to find work.
Trying to find work. You don't have an excuse. All right, so let's keep it moving. We look forward to seeing you next week, and we'll be coming to you live from Rolling next week. Peace.